The Greyhound and the sled dog. These two canines specialize in two different types of racing. The racing greyhound is a high-intensity sprinting dog that reaches great speeds. The sled dog is used for weight pulling and endurance racing. The greyhound is designed with a combination of long, powerful legs, a deep chest, a flexible spine, and a slim build. This conformation, which has been perfected over time, allows the greyhound to reach average racing speeds of in excess of 40 miles per hour for short distances of about 500 meters. Greyhounds are tall in stature and typically weigh 30 kilograms. The larger the greyhound, the greater the stride. Their running gait is a series of leaps into the air with all 4 feet off the ground. The sled dog's conformation lies in the shape of their shoulders, pelvic girdle, and in the length of their spine. They typically weigh about 20 to 25 kilograms and are commonly small in stature. Its efficiency and endurance capabilities is why it depends on this build, and not where one might think size matters. Their walking gait, or what is sometimes called a pace, trot, or lope, is where one paw is always on the ground. Running or leaping is a fault in sled dogs. Dogs that run in a pulling harness are at a severe disadvantage when leaping because the back strap pulls them off balance when all 4 feet are off the ground. It's this overall structure of these two dogs and how they move is what helps determine the type of muscle and the locomotion capabilities that develop in that animal. Looking at muscle fibers, they are classified on the basis of differences in the metabolic features of the cell and isoforms of myosin ATPase. The more mitochondrial muscle has, the more metabolizing of the macromolecular substrates into energy and terminal wastes. Due to the ability to produce large quantities of adenotriphosphate, type 1 fibers are also termed fatigue resistant and are ideal for maintaining isometric force economically and for carrying out repetitive isotonic contractions. Type 1 fibers play a dominant role in endurance exercise. In sled dogs, the type 1 fibers are the predominant fiber over type 2 fibers in the muscles of the animal. Type 2 fibers are the dominant muscle type in sprint racers such as greyhound. Sprint exercise involves fewer repetitions of movement, but the ability to generate large forces. This type of fiber has very rapid but very short-lived production of energy, even in the absence of oxygen, and therefore requiring anaerobic metabolism. Type 2 fibers are glycolytic due to the tendency to fuel muscle contraction by the metabolism of glycogen. These same fibers are also susceptible to fatigue. Hence, type 2 fibers are the dominant muscle type in sprint racers such as greyhounds. In greyhounds, who have short duration, high intensity exercise, several metabolic strategies exist for maintaining adequate availability of adenotriphosphate to muscle tissues, including phosphocreatine metabolism and anaerobic glycolysis. In a similar fashion, the sled dog also stores a concentration of phosphocreatine in skeletal muscle. Type 2 fibers have a higher rate of adenotriphosphatase activity and will split adenotriphosphate rapidly at a rate of 600 molecules per second. The ability to rapidly split adenotriphosphate is what allows type 2 fibers the ability to contract. Type 1 fibers will split adenotriphosphate at half the rate of type 2 fibers and will have a slower rate of contraction and produce tension economically. Muscle tissue constitutes 57% of the total body mass in greyhounds and only 44% in other canine breeds. Within canine breeds, greyhounds have proportionally greater pelvic limb muscle mass. These characteristics have been suggested to favor its high stride frequency, thus contributing to their higher running speeds. The performance in sprinting greyhounds and long-distance sled dogs is associated with many factors, but one of great importance is nutrition. The diet management of these athletes is not only important for growth and maintenance, but ultimately strives to maximize their performance in terms of stamina, speed, and strength. The maintenance energy requirements of racing dogs depends on weight, breed, age, exercise, and ambient temperature. The cold environment for the sled dog has particular implications for maintaining its energy requirements. Sled dogs have been shown to be no different than other breeds at rest in a thermoneutral environment. But during a long race in Arctic temperatures, these dogs have an extremely high sustained metabolic rate with a substantial energy expenditure. However, the Greyhound has a dramatic difference due to its racing environment. These canine diets are therefore designed to meet the great energy demands of sled dogs and more modestly the demands of greyhounds.
What I do is there's a 16-pound block of meat. I cut it in 16-pound blocks. I add hot water and make it into a puree. And then I'm going to add about, I don't know, 28 pounds of dry dog food. They get about a half a pound snack, a half to 3/4 pound snack of tripe or turkey skins or some other meat byproduct, and then this is they're probably getting 2.5 pounds this meal. But this is really high calorie stuff. That dog food I just dished in was a 37-24 protein to fat mix.
Sled dogs maximize stamina and energy production with high-fat diets which can equal more than 50% of their energy. Contrary to this, the Greyhound benefits slightly from a modest increase in fats in its diet. On the other hand, protein for any athlete is a significant topic for muscle development and maintenance. Proper dietary protein in sled dogs can aid in prevention of training-induced anemia. Greyhounds have a higher content of protein in their diets, but those diets also maintain a slightly higher fat content than an average dog food. These diets are also lower in carbohydrates and have been shown to improve speed.
Feed them red mills, nuts, the dog meat, and beef, like raw beef, vegetables, bit of brown bread. You need just that, pups and that, you be giving them a lot more calcium, milk and all that when they're growing up, you know. When they hit the 12 months, be more so into the beef and the nuts and brown bread, you know. Vegetables and that. If they're reared well, they are, you know. It's very important to get them reared well. Need plenty of freedom, plenty of fields, acres of like running from, let's say, from 7-8 weeks on. But that's important. If they're not reared right, we use all the vitamins A, B, Y, E, all the multivitamins,
Running away.
The overall structure and conformation of these athletes, along with the movement, will determine the type of muscle present, therefore developing the animal's specific locomotion. The appropriate nutrition must be provided in order to accommodate the different capabilities of the animal. The differences in conformation along with muscle fibers and nutrition play a role in the performance of greyhounds and sled dogs. We hope this information provides you a better understanding of how the differences in conformation along with the muscle fibers and nutrition play a role in the performance of these great athletes, the Greyhound and the sled dog.
Here up behind the boxes and away they go, and fastest in the stride was trap number 4, Talon, leads to the bend from trap number 3, Unperturbed, around the opening turn, all trouble there in 5, Cool Tiger, left in front of trap number 6, So Perfect, then comes trap number 4, Talon, down the far side, it's 5, Cool Tiger leads, 6, So Perfect in chase, number 3 is in the middle of the track, we could have a trouble here, out front though it's number 5, Cool Tiger, leads from 6, So Perfect to close the gap, around the final turn, number 3 is going to jump onto the track, number 3 is fastest in the stride, but Cool Tiger leads up the line, Cool Tiger leads, 6, So Perfect in second, but 5, Cool Tiger goes on to score. Second is number 6, So Perfect.